Hello, I am Paul Hafner, Application Equipment Product Specialist for AGCO. One of the key features of the Fendt Rogator is the ability it has to be easily converted from a liquid application to a dry fertilizer applicator with either a spinner box or an AirMax Precision R1, R2. This compatibility greatly improves the utilization of your asset, allowing you to cover more acres all season long. Any of the Fendt Rogator models can be ordered as a combo-ready chassis. This option installs the hydraulic pumps needed to run any of the systems the Rogator can be equipped with. One thing to note, if your Fendt Rogator has a dry system installed on it, it's already a combo-ready chassis. If you have a liquid system and want to know if it's a combo-ready chassis, you can look to see if you have the hydraulic bulkhead plate and return filter. These are located between the frame rails under the rear of the cab. These parts identify the machine as a combo-ready chassis. If they are not present, the Rogator is liquid only and cannot be switched over to run a dry system. The Rogator we are working with today is a Fendt 937H. However, the steps we will go through will work for any combo-ready chassis. Prior to beginning work on the liquid system, to prepare it to be removed from the chassis, we want to verify that the rear boom tree is in the full up position and that the boom safety lock is in place. We are going to drop the belly pans to give us access to the hydraulics, air systems, and liquid plumbing. From the cab, we will release air from the chassis suspension. Then we will drain the air tank located at the rear of the machine. We'll locate the air tank and pull the release ring to drain the tank. Now we're going to drain the rest of the air out of the air tank. We'll remove the lines from the T on the air tank and install the plugs. This completes the work for the air system. On the right-hand side of the chassis is the point where the chassis and the system electrical come together. This central location gives us easy access. We will disconnect the electrical connectors and install the dust caps to the connectors, or we can use a plastic bag to protect the connectors. We will secure the harness then to the system. There are two places under the chassis that we will be disconnecting the hydraulic lines for the system. They're located back at the rear axle and in the center where the hydraulic bulkhead plate is located. Towards the rear axle, we will find the track width control block. Here we will disconnect the pressure and return lines going to the boom motion hydraulic block. Once they are disconnected and the caps and plugs are installed, trace out the lines to see if the hydraulic lines have been secured to the chassis. If so, cut the ties and make sure that they aren't routed easily to go with the system when the system is lifted off the chassis. Now we'll go to the hydraulic bulkhead found in the center of the machine. Here we'll disconnect the two hydraulic lines found here and install the caps and plugs to the lines. Again, we'll trace the hydraulic lines to verify that they're not secured to the chassis. There are 5 parts to the liquid system plumbing that need to be removed or removed to allow the liquid system to be lifted off the chassis. Block-off plates will be added to the lines that are removed to keep the inside of the liquid system clean. They are front reload recovery line. This is located behind the cab. I will disconnect it from the tank, making sure to cut away any attaching ties and secure it underneath the front reload line. The front reload to sump. We will disconnect and cap the line. The front reload line will remain on the chassis, so we'll secure it off to the side. This is our freshwater fill line. So we're going to remove the line right here at this elbow. The side reload to sump This line crosses under the frame rail, so we will disconnect the line at the sump and install the cap. The sump to pump. This line crosses under the frame rail, so we will just have to remove it and install the caps to the system. There are a total of 8 mounts that attach the liquid system to the chassis. They are on each side and 4 at the rear boom frame. We will go and loosen and remove the mounts. To safely lift the system, we will install this bar to the front of the liquid system. This will secure the booms to the system as well as give a wide attaching point for a more controlled lift. This attaches to the lift loop on the front of the tank strap, in front of the freshwater tank. The boom supports are then connected and adjusted to have even pressure on the left and right hand side. These keep the boom secure so they will not swing out during the lift and then support the weight of the booms during storage. For lifting the rear of the system, we have areas for use when using straps as well as areas for attaching chains. Now that the system has been removed, we will install the dry system handrail to the deck behind the cab. The AirMax Precision R1, R2 box is one of the system options that can be comboed with the Fendt Rogator. The AirMax Precision has built-in lifting points both front and rear for attaching the lifting straps or chains to. One point to keep in mind when preparing the AirMax Precision is the position of the roll tarp. The roll tarp should be between 1/4 and 3/4 closed. This will keep the roll tarp from coming in contact with the lifting chains or straps. The AirMax Precision box now on the chassis. We will first install the system mounting bolts. These are installed and torqued to 89 foot-pounds. We have 2 on the left and right hand side. So what we'll do is we go around and we'll put the first nut on. We'll do all 4 corners. Then I'll come back and I'll torque this nut to 89 foot-pounds. Then we come back with the second nut, run it up, and then set the torque on those. On the right-hand side of the AirMax, the front tie-down spot in this position here is very open. If we have the foam marker option added to the machine, the water tank and the foam marker assembly would be covering up this area. So getting access to the top of the tie-down is impossible. So in the bag with the documents in the operator's manual, you will find the tool that's used to go in and hold the top of the bolt here. Next, we will install the hydraulics to the system. So on the AirMax, for the hydraulics on the bulkhead plate here, we have 3 lines, where on the liquid system we have 2. We will start at the bulkhead plate and attach the lines here. Take a look at the routing of the hydraulic lines and secure the lines and add hydraulic hose protection where needed. At the rear of the machine, we will install the 2 lines for the boom motion hydraulic block. While we are here, we can also install the air line for the system. The next step in the installation is making the electrical connections for the system at the right-hand side bulkhead connectors. With the new system installed, the first time that you turn on the machine, the Viper 4 controller will recognize that a new system is installed. You will get the pop-up notice that a new configuration is detected. It will ask you if you want to update or create a new profile. At this time, you want to select New. This will create the new profile for the system that is installed while keeping the profile for the system that was removed. So the next time the systems are switched, it will load the correct profile for the system. You'll want to operate the boom functions to verify operation. With that completed, the Fendt Rogator is ready to spread some fertilizer in the field.